Hello, Jen. We're gonna wait here for a little bit to see if anybody shows up. I'm gonna share my screen. Hello. Hey, no. I was curious if you could hear me. Got it. Thanks for all the likes there. All right. Looks like we have three people in here. All right. Hi, Susan. Looks like we got Jen as well. And yeah, I'm gonna wait just one more minute. I think we might have another attendee or two, but we're just gonna wait one more minute. Talk about the National Cannabis Risk Prevention Services that we do and how we can help cannabis businesses. Right. All right. Well, I'm gonna just start talking a little bit here, just to get things going a little bit, and we're gonna hope some people join us as we continue on. So, my name is Alex Herding. I am the Chief Risk Management Officer here at the National Cannabis Risk Management Association and the National Cannabis Risk Prevention Services. So, the National Cannabis Risk Management Association has been around for a few years now, and we have been working as a nonprofit, helping cannabis businesses get better. And we've also been helping those members with insurance as well. And we work closely with a captive insurance and can do all types of things, including assessments and providing resources to cannabis businesses. And we realized that that the cannabis businesses outside our membership and the insurance captive also can use our tools and resources. And so we created a National Cannabis Risk Prevention Services, which is our for-profit arm that provides services to the cannabis industry. And so what we do, we can provide solutions designed to mitigate and eliminate threats that can be detrimental to cannabis businesses, including your goals, your brand and reputation, and just the overall success of the industry and individual business. And we can do that in a lot of different ways. So what we do is we customize a specialized solution for your business specifically. and we help you protect from failure. And it always our solution always starts with our assessment. And we'll get into that assessment more deeply here in the talk. And once we've identified your issues through our assessment, we create recommendations and we give you tools to fix those issues. And it comes with educational curriculum. So we can, because risk management, really the foundation of it is education, because you can't fix the things that you don't know about. So you have to educate yourself on that. And then we offer consultation as well on the specific areas and issues that we find. And that can be referrals to our service partners or our in-house solutions that we can provide. And then training. And so we can come in and do specialized training for any type of facility as well. So if there's issues, let's say safety concerns, worker safety concerns, we can help develop very specific safety training and any other type of training that you'll likely need. So we believe that the most comprehensive and holistic way to identify risks before they surface is through the assessment. And again, we're going to go into what this is pretty deeply, but this is the first step. And we really have a very wide, a holistic view. It's an enterprise-wide view. And risk is such a hard thing to talk about because people are saying, well, what is risk? And risk is really everything. Everything you do involves risk. Every process you have in your business involves risk. And so we start with a very wide, broad view of your business. And then once we identify those specific issues, we can come down to a more focused recommendation. And that's where all this starts, is with our assessment. And what we've done is we have created an assessment tool that is the first of its kind in the industry. It's very unique, and it's a tool that is specially designed for the cannabis industry. And we have identified quite a bit of processes and controls that we can assess through what we call CRP Squared, which is our cannabis risk prevention platform. Again, it's industry specific. It's designed to specifically address the risk in the cannabis industry. It's cloud-based, so it's a software that that creates a living document that you can access easily through any computer, and it creates flexible offers. So we can do both in person risk assessments and virtual. Virtual right now is limited largely to dispensaries. If we go work with extraction or cultivation, we'll likely have to get on site, but there is potential, and we are likely moving the tool to being a virtual option really in any type of facility, but that's down the road. So with these risk assessments are conducted by certified risk managers that we train. And so what this risk prevention platform, or CRP Squared, does, it really, again, it looks at really the whole of your business. And what most people, what cannabis businesses do when they start to build the structure or framework of their business, they start with the application. And this is very understandable, because to get your license, you have to complete an application. So you go through the application and you develop, your business around what they're asking you, right? And these are coming from legislators largely that are asking things that they want to know, which are important, like security, inventory controls. These are things that they want to know about. But what they don't do is they don't really give you a complete view of what you need as a business, a complete framework, right? And so that's what we've done. We developed a framework that looks at really everything you need to operate a cannabis business. In every business, strategy and governance are your two pillars of your business. And so what we look at is the high levels of of your business, in that we call that the phase. So we look at your strategy and governance, again, your two pillars of your business. What is strategy? Your goals, your business structure. The governance is the policies and procedures that you put in place to govern your business. We also look at implementation, which I also call pre-operations. So everything that you need done before you operate, like licensing and certifications and things like that. And then we also dive deep into the operations, both cannabis and non-cannabis. And then we also look at continuous improvement of your business, which no business is ever complete. You have to keep, improving, and those are the areas we look at there. And then we break down from the phase into smaller or into groups of functions within that phase. So we look at 39 of these, and these are like cultivation and extraction and things like that are, a group of what we call processes or controls. And we've identified over 300 different processes in cannabis businesses that we can identify and look at if they're meeting best practices. And so we go through, again, an entire complete framework of a cannabis business and look at how well you're controlling your risks. And what the deliverable happens when you create this, when we go through the assessment, you create a scorecard. And so again, we're scoring all of your phases, functions, and processes. And what we've developed is 5 individual scores, and we'll go into this a little bit later. But not only are we going to score you and give you an enterprise-wide scorecard, we're going to identify 5 different risk types. We're going to identify your worker safety risk, your product safety risk, your property risk, your premise or general liability risk, and your banking risk. So we give you a very broad view of where your business is, and then very in specific risk type scores as well. And then with that, we give you a report. And I'll identify the issues, and it will give you recommendations to correct those issues. And then we'll give you a clear curriculum of educational courses and services that we can provide and our service providers can provide to help you correct those issues. And then we can also keep track of how you improve on your score as you're improving your business. So if you have an insurance policy with us, that will be required to follow up with the assessment annually. But we can follow up at really at any rate that the business is looking for if it doesn't involve insurance. So, again, one of our big offerings is education. The most powerful tool for long-term improvement is education. Again, it's the foundation of risk management. You can't improve. You don't know what a risk is unless you're educated on it. And things become a lot less scary once you know about them. And that's very common here in cannabis industry too. It's like, what don't you know? It's that drinking from a fire hose that can be really intimidating. But once you realize, hey, this is just a lot, it's not really, once you figure out, what there is to know about this industry, it's not that is scary or, insurmountable risk. It's just that there's a lot to keep track of, and that's what we can do. And we can help educate you on the really broad scope of things that you need to know about in this industry. And you can find those courses online through our ncrma.net website. And consultation. So again, what we want to provide through our assessment is the issues and recommendations. But we also, to give you tools to correct those issues by yourself, but we also want to provide services if you need help to correct those issues. So we'll give you a curriculum of consultation or a syllabus of consultation that is designed to attack the specific areas where your business needs those offerings. And then training, again, rather than throw a solution at the wall, what we can do is to work directly with your team and train your team specifically, with facility specific risks and issues. So it's not this just broad education of things that people in the industry should know. This is the things that people in your facility and business should know, and we can help with that as well. And this is the process that we go through with our assessment. So first, when we'll meet our cannabis business, they'll tell us, specifically the issues that they're worried about and what they want to really identify and control risk-wise. So we'll create a scope of work, and we will then come in and once the scope is defined, we'll come in and we'll identify the risk that they're looking for. The best thing we can do is an enterprise-wide risk assessment. So if we go in and assess your entire business through those 300 plus potential processes, what we can do then is identify those 5 different risk type scores. Or let's say a business says, well, I don't want to go that deep into my entire business. I just want to know what my worker safety risk is, or my product safety risk is. Well, we can come in and do a very specific assessment on those types of risks. Again, the 5 type risks that we're looking at: product safety, property risk, worker safety and retention, premise liability, and banking or anti-money laundering risk, which will help the cannabis business work if they are working with one of the very few cannabis or banks that work with cannabis businesses out there. So once we identify that, once we go through the risk assessment, again, we come in, give a report. Here's the issues. Here are the recommended actions. Essentially creates an action plan to correct the most serious issues first, and then the lesser issues after. And that will include, again, individual risk scores, and then we will offer the education and consultation. Again, customize, address the risks, risk scores, deficiencies that are identified in the assessment. And then again, we just follow up, right? We can follow up with assessments, identify, areas that you're improving. And if those areas of improvement improve on your, let's say, workers' comp or your workers' safety, that could be a score that will improve and give your workers' comp insurance potential boost. So everything that we're doing here with identifying the different risk scores can really improve the policies that you have as insurance, but also again with the bank relationship that you may have through your business. So this really just comes down to just a better functioning business. You want expanded insurance coverage, more fairly priced, insurance premiums, and again, just better improved banking access. And so these are the real tangible things that this assessment and process can really reward your business with. So you want to learn how to protect your businesses. We have quite a few different organizations and service offerings here. Again, we are the National Cannabis Risk Management Association, which is a nonprofit association that helps cannabises get better. We give resources, offer discounts to education, and to our service providers, and we can work with our Tricome, with our approved insurance company that we're working with, which is Tricome Innovative Risk Protection. They offer a very unique captive insurance, which is the most fairly priced insurance out in the market right now. So if anybody out there is looking for insurance solutions, we can help. Even if the Tricome solution isn't right for your business, we can help steer you to the right policy, or at least the fairest policy out there right now, because there is a lot of subprime insurance out right now. So be careful. If you need some help, we're here to help. And again, we broke off our for-profit arm for our National Cannabis Risk Prevention Services, so we can work with anybody outside our membership of the NCRMA, anybody outside the Trichome Risk Protection Insurance, and that utilizes our CRP squared risk prevention platform that both the NCRMA and NCRPS uses, and that will help you develop your business. So let's see. After 2020, there's a lot of people in cannabis that are very risk tolerant people, and there's a lot of people say, well, that won't happen to me. Well, 2020 happened, and I don't think anybody can say right now that bad things can't or won't happen to you. Risks are out there. This industry is particularly risky. It is really important for you to either avoid or mitigate or transfer all of the risks that you have. So we can help you figure out what those risks are. And if you have any questions or want to actually talk a little bit more about our offerings, you can visit our NCRPS website, or you can reach out to me at aherding@ncrma.net. And we'd love to hear from you. All right, let's see if we got any questions. So Trichome offers all type of policies. Not at the moment. Right now, Trichome Risk is offering general liability, property risk, and product liability. We are the workers' comp is soon to come. We believe in the next couple months there will be workers' comp offering, and then potentially auto as well. That's not there yet, but those are the main insurance that Trichome offers. Everything else, again, if you're looking for any type of insurance, we can definitely help guide you to what the fairest offering is out there. And you're more than welcome, Renee. Let's see if we got any other. All right. Well, that seems like the only real question we have, but I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Really appreciate everybody coming out. And again, we're here to help. We want to make cannabis businesses better. We want to, educate and give support to anybody that needs it. So, if you want to know anything more about us, or if you have anything else, please reach out to us, and we look forward to talking to you. Thanks. Back. So we got another question, Sam. I wanted to come back and answer the question here. So, do you assist with on-site consumption business attempts? Absolutely, we can help in different ways. So, we help. We can help, and one of the best ways that we can help is at the beginning of an operation, at the licensing stage. We can come in and help assist with licensing. We have a lot of service partners that are great in that area as well, and we can help develop best practices and controls for on-site consumption. We're really early in the stage of on-site consumption, And so if we're talking about licensed on-site consumptions, that work specifically with, licensed businesses, cannabis businesses. So that's the caveat there. There are ways we can potentially give you some resources. There's ways, because the way a lot of people have been working the on-site consumption before the licenses have come out is to work private residences. Essentially, they'll create clubs that you can become a part of a private club, and then there's this potential, it's a private consumption lounge that have kind of worked on the outside again of the the legal the legally licensed businesses. So it's interesting. We don't work with those specifically. There are ways to do consumption again outside license, but it all has to be private residences. Essentially, was what it is, and or clubs. So. If it's that type of consumption, we can provide some resources so where the boundaries of the rules are. But if it's a licensed operation, we can definitely come in and give you some guidance there. And so, and I wanted to open it up. If there's any more questions here, I'd love to be a resource and to guide anybody to any type of solution, because a lot of these questions that what we get really aren't necessarily require us to come and do an assessment, because I always say in this industry it's like drinking from a fire hose. You don't know what you don't know, and it's just so much, right? It's like, how do you process all of the risks, all of the things in this industry? And it's really it's a hard task, and it can be very intimidating. And so we're here just to really be a resource. It doesn't have to translate to a service. That's why our membership at NCRMA is valuable, because look, you can come in and join. You can be, get education. You can get newsletters. You can get these resources. You can find out what's going on in the industry. But you can also have a connection to our team that can answer any of those potential, questions that are likely just like, hey, who do I talk to? Because one of the biggest things, is in this industry, really, as risk goes, is trusted information. Who do you trust? In cannabis, telling you about cannabis. It's really hard to know, because obviously, over the last few decades, we haven't gotten the most accurate information from the media and from our, elected representatives and everybody. So it's, so who do you trust? And so, that is what we've done. We've identified, resources, but from media and standards and rules and regulations of what is real. What are the important things that you need to know? And so that's why, one of the big value adds that we can provide to your business. So if you guys have any question, there really isn't a dumb question out there, in my opinion. I know a lot of people can be intimidated, like I said, by, that stream of information when they jump into the industry, but it's better to ask a dumb question than to not ask it and then do something dumb without knowing, the real information behind that. Anybody else has a question? I'm here for you. All right. Well, I do want to thank everybody for joining us today. I know you have some other options out there of people to listen to, but again, we're here for you. We want to be your resource. We want to give you guys the information that you need, and we can get as macro or granular as you guys need. So I think we're wrapping up to about the top of the hour, and if there's anything else, just let me know. All right. Well, I'll be hanging out here for a little bit while longer. I'll be hanging out at the backstage is an option here. So if you guys come in, want to ask any questions, I'm here for you. otherwise, enjoy this virtual conference, and we look forward to seeing you at the next one or engaging with you here or in the future. All right. Thanks. Bye.